Hey guys, it's Sam Newton Fitness here, and today I'm here to talk to you about squat mechanics and how efficient you can make your squat. So if you're struggling with either the depth in your squat or your torso might be coming forward into a position where you're not quite in that nice vertical plane, then I'm here to help you. I'm here to give you the tools that you need to squat more efficiently. And often what happens is that it comes down to mobility, range of motion and flexibility at your joints. And I'm here to give you some tools that you can use to improve this range of motion in your squat. So the first thing we're going to look at, episode 1, to give you a taster guys, is ankles. Okay, these ankles are the foundation of your squat. Okay, so this is where it starts, and we're going to work our way up the body over the next week, every day. Okay, you're going to give you something to do every day. So the first thing we're going to do is ankles. I'm going to release the tension in the bottom of your foot. So if you make your way over here, what we're looking at doing guys is using a trigger point ball. If you don't have a trigger point ball, any like a kid's bouncy ball, a tennis ball, a cricket ball will do. So cricket ball preferably. But what we're trying to do now is you're just going to try and break down the tissue in the palms of our foot. So we're just going to let our feet kind of envelope the ball. You're going to work through those digits of the foot, trying to break down each individual kind of digit. There is some really horrible, like gnarly bits in there, really tight components. So just really put all your weight down into the ball, moving forwards and backwards, left and right, trying to release all that tension through your feet. It's actually quite relieving, but also quite intense. But get into it as hard as you can. So we're trying to release all those tendons and ligaments into the palm of our feet. So you're going to work from the front of your toes to the mid foot, all the way through the calcaneus there, the upper foot, and then into the heel. The heel is always a good one where you just kind of move through the back of the ball there and really break down that tissue in the palm of the foot. Okay guys, so after you've done your Achilles tendon stretch and you through your calf and then into your gastroc, we're going to look at increasing the muscular tissue quality. So the first thing you're going to do is look at using your foam roller. So if you haven't got a foam roller, then you can use something like the end of a barbell handle or even a rolling pin as well. They're quite effective. But if you get your hands on a foam roller, that'd be great. So pretty much before we start, what you're going to do is you're going to lay your lower calf onto the foam roller, and you're just going to apply pressure just to start with to try and see if we can just create a little bit of pliability through the calf. So you're just going to move forwards and backwards, small areas at a time, just up to the back of your calf and the back of your knee here, and work your way back down. So it just kind of gets used to having that pressure put into it. So after there, you're going to put your foot on top and just increase the load that's going down through this area of the calf. So what we're going to try and do is just rotate your ankle, a couple of circles in your ankle, just to try and see if we can facilitate some movement and flexion in that ankle. So what you're going to do from there now is lift up your hips, apply that pressure into the foam roller, allow this ankle to just relax. Don't have it up in this flex position just now, but just point it down, let it relax, let that foot relax. And then you're just going to work up, 2 inches up, and then 1 inch back until you get all the way up to your central sort of gastroc and calves up at the top here, all the way behind the back of your knee. So once you're there, you can rock left and right, keeping that body weight, your whole body weight down into the foam roller. So, and then you're going to make your way from the back of the knee all the way back up, just slowly, each little digit at a time, all the way back to the insertion of the ankle and the Achilles tendon there at the back. So that's the start. So once you've done the foam roller work, you can intensify this process and get into the deeper tissue in the back of the shin. So what we're looking at next is to use the trigger point ball again. You can use a kid's bouncy ball, a golf ball, a cricket ball, something that's preferably hard. A tennis ball is probably a little bit too soft, but you can use a tennis ball just to practice if you like. So same sort of thing, but a bit more intense now. So you're going to look at just lower calves again. You're just going to start doing some ankle circles just to let the calf get used to it and let it sink around the ball. From there, you're going to put the foot back on top directly over the ball, and you're just going to work into that area of the calf forwards and backwards, left and right. It gets a little bit intense, but make sure that you're putting your weight down into it, because the intensity now will have benefits in your movement afterwards, okay? So we're trying to elongate those calves and get some blood flow into the calves, get rid of any tightness, to improve your movement of your squat. So from there, what you're going to do is every now and again, as you work your way back up to your central calf, you're going to pull your toe up as far as you can into that nice dorsiflexion position, and then you're going to look at slapping that foot down to try and release the remaining muscle that's in the back of the calf there. So as you work through this, you can take your foot off and you make sure you work up into the next digit of your calves. If you find any areas that are really tight, don't move around on them. Try not to avoid them. Try and see if you can just apply the pressure onto that area to try and break down the tissue and just see if we can get a bit more pliability through that muscle. So after you've done that, that's more of a deep tissue muscle trigger point release there. We're looking at using a kettlebell. You don't have to do this, so one or the other is fine, but I like to do this because it really does get into the deeper tissue of the calf. So again, same position to start with, that insertion of the Achilles tendon into the soleus. Again, you're just going to rock left and right, do a couple of circles just to let the calf get used to it. The foot's going to go up on top of the other foot, directly over the handle. Do your circles again through your ankle, and then we're looking at actually rocking through the hip, left and right, internal and external rotation of your hip, trying to just facilitate some movement through the Achilles there. So every one of these movements increases intensity from the foam roller through to the ball, and then the last one, if you've got it, is the kettlebell handle. Again, if you want to, lift that foot up and then slap down into it. Once you've done that a few times, you're just going to move to the next digit and then move through each one accordingly. So looking at the position of the ankle now, we're trying to get this nice flexion position. In that position, I've got a lot more sort of range of motion through my ankle. So if we look at the actual squat itself, in terms of the ankle positioning, not so much the knees just now, because that's the next episode, we're looking at trying to increase that range of motion of that flexion through the ankle into here, so that we've got nice pliable ankles to work with, okay? So really work through it, guys. Have a test, have a play around, and tell me how you feel.